Hello everyone, if you know who I am and what we do here on this channel, welcome back. Prepare yourself for something that's extremely long. If you're new to the channel and don't know who I am and what we do here on this channel, I'm the Reverend Godfather, main host and frontman for the Long Coat Mafia podcast. This is our YouTube channel, and we here on the channel we do rants, kind of like Grinds Our Gears, vlogs, Grinds Our Gear style, reviews, unboxings, which we'll kind of be doing today, or kind of did, con tours, locate event tours of what's going on, vendor spotlights, others type of stuff, and this, and to go on with everything, this aspect, this kind of mediocre review or opening part right now is in regards to what you'll be seeing after this, and that is in regards to we got this in the mail, and this is from a company called Elderbrain, and this is their Dungeons and Dragons 5e campaign book called Crown of the Oathbreaker. We did a video opening this up, covering the aspects of in regards to buying this book, what the offers were on their website in regards to the options. In that video, if we talked about what it came with, on if you bought it physically like us, or if you got it digitally, what the digital side of things came with, what the physical side of things came with, and the cost. And we gave a description of this. So if you're seeing that if you're seeing this, it's because the original start to this video was corrupted somehow, and thus this intro. We in essence unboxed it right here. One of the things that we kind of reviewed is that, granted, this came in a priority mailbox, not that. Let me just say that right off the bat. This is going to be an extremely long review as it is, but let me just say that priority mail, really, Elderbrain. Matter of fact, I might use this video. Let me just say this. It came in a priority mailbox. Granted, if you sent it priority mail, if you buy this, cost me, I got the book, digital, and cards, spent $80 for this, and I got 10% off. Not because I do this, everybody gets 10% off. Let me just state that. And the reason why I say it came in, why I'm critiquing a priority mailbox instead of them just using their own box. It could be a box that they got from a store. There's a company out there called Uline. They make boxes that size. Let me put it like this. Move this to over here. We'll be using this as an example. It's from Zan Adventures. We got this on Saturday. This was the container that it came in. This was their container. Let me put this back in here. This is a standard book container that it came in. Yeah. They bought this probably from Uline, or they found a company that sells a whole mess of these. Yeah. But I understand, I get it. You sent it out priority mail, and guess what? Priority mailboxes like this are free, so it saved you a shit ton of money. And the reason why I got this is because I saw the ads on Facebook, saying how that this was a 916 page book with a lot of maps, a lot of everything else. We'll go into the maps, we'll go into everything in this review. The physical copy, which I got, it's like, that sounds a lot, especially if I wanted to print it out. I'll get the hard copy version. Besides, I want to see how thick this is. And I saw the cards, like, you know what, I want to get the cards too. So I got that option. It comes with the digital version of this and this. It cost me $80. It comes with a digital version of the cards and digital version of this and everything that goes with it. The maps, the player stuff, everything. And even an introductory PDF. Now, to kind of trim everything, if you're concerned with the PDF, I'll go into it in the rest of this video. If you're getting the PDF, do not concern yourself. It's going to sound like I'm repeating myself in regards to the next part in the official review and everything else. This and upon itself, including the digital copies, is like $60. You have to figure if you went to Barnes & Noble and got a standard official Wizards of the Coast Dungeons and Dragons book, like this one. This one's The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. It'll cost you $50 if you went to like Books A Million or your local shop. Even a book put out by Critical Role will cost you $50. So if you got this particular or a Dungeons and Dragons book, campaign book, it'll cost you $50. If you got it through at Barnes & Noble or Game Shop, it'll cost you $50. If you got it through Amazon, yes, it's going to cost you closer to $30. But still, or Walmart, it might cost you closer to $30, or Target, closer to $30. But still, if you got it at a bookstore or a gaming shop, it's going to cost you close to $50. So paying $60 for 916 pages for, and getting all the digital stuff is well worth it. I'll say that. And the quality of everything is very nice. Let me say that right now. Despite everything I'm going to say after this being very negative. So, I'm just going to use, again, I'm going to use this instead of the, just in case it's corrupted, it's bad SIM card or what have you, because I had issues with that. I'm just going to use everything that's on this SIM card right here. I like it. This book came out this year. I don't know if it was crowdfunded. Everything they said in regards to this came off of they had a wide range of players vote on this. Let me just say that because I didn't say it in the main aspect of the review, which is coming up after this, is my thoughts in regards to a lot of so-and-so is the best drummer, or this is the best fast food place, or this is the best movie according to us. You'll see it on Rolling Stones or X-Men magazine or something like that. What they did was say, here's a list of options. What would you like to see? It doesn't mean they don't give an option of write-in. If they did, then it takes way too much time. They don't want to do that. They're like, okay, we're going to give you 4 choices, A, B, C, and D. Which one of those would you rather see? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? And they'll give 50 or 60 different ways to do that. And they'll work from there and narrow things down. But that's probably how they did this. But overall, I like what they did in here. There's a lot of stuff they did right and a lot of stuff they did wrong. I'll go into further detail after this fade out. Here's the rest of the stuff that I would have talked about if things didn't get corrupted. See you on the other side of this fade out. Sorry about that cut, everybody. Apparently, depending on where you see this, I might have to record another intro in regards to everything, but to kind of recap, if I need to, there'll be kind of an intro to lead up to this point. But what happened was, apparently I had a fresh SIM card in my camera, and all of a sudden, midway between me talking, it told me, my camera told me, hey, your card is full. 5 hours worth of recording time, 7 minutes into everything, and somehow my card was full. But either way, what we were talking about is pretty much, to sum up, this book here. And just in case I'm able to salvage that 7-minute little intro. What I was about to talk to you about before we get into that is again, to kind of briefly recap, don't need that. This and this cost me $80. We'll open them up and give a look and thoughts about both in a separate. But for as I was saying, just in case I am able to salvage the 7-minute aspect, is side note again for the folks out there that are new to this channel. If you see smoke, it's because we have these type of burners going to help keep mosquitoes away from everything. They do tend to help, but for some of you out there that think the whole aspect of $80 for cards and the book itself is $60. For those of you that might think the $60 and the PDF is way too expensive, let me put it like this. This is the official The Wild Beyond the Witchlight D&D book. If you get this at a local gaming store, it's $50. If you get this, there's a price on the back here. Yeah, $50. If you get this at a your local gaming store, it's $50. If you get this at like Barnes and Noble, if they're still around, or if you get this at Books a Million, $50. If you get this, I know you can get like at Walmart and Target for like $30. You can get the Player's Handbook, DM book, and the Monster Manual for like $30 a piece. I know on Amazon you can get this for like $25, $30 with shipping. But I'm just wanting to let you guys know, if you got this in the store at like a Books a Million or a Second and Charles or your local gaming shop, you'll be paying close to $50 as it is. So paying $60 for this, something this thick. This is a good 2 inches thick. Is thumb for reference, 2 inches thick. It's definitely worth $60 in regards to it. So to kind of open it, unwrap the plastic off of this, is it made well? Does it feel? How does it feel? It is heavy. It's 2 inches thick, and from what they say, this is the equivalent of having should you have if you're a player, should you have the player's guide? Should you have the DM, or if you're a DM, should you have the DM guide, Dungeon Master's Guide? Should you have the Monster's Manual? You might not need the Monster Manuals for this, but that might be a question, because this kind of totes on the website, the Elderbrain website, that this is everything in one. Should you? Does this? Is it worth that? Would it? I don't know. I don't think so. But let me say this: when it comes to D&D stuff, it does say on the website that it's different subclasses, different spells, different magic items, different everything. That's not so different from something like this. Upside down. Something like this. This has different aspects for your character. Like with this, you get to be fey touched. It has one or two extra type of characters you could play. You could play as a Hairborn, which is a think for those of you who play D&D, a tabaxi, but a rabbit. For those you don't are new to D&D, a tabaxi is kind of like a cat person. Think Thundercats. But in this case, a Hairborn is think like a human-sized. Think Bugs Bunny. Best way to put it. I know it's something that shouldn't, but does this handle that? It should. It is thick, but looking through it, there's different. Let's look at the best way to see everything. Is whoa, wow! It's hard to put everything on the lap here. The book does seem to be made very well. Credits. First edition of the book was made this year, and there's playtesters. VTT implementation. We'll get to that in a minute. Running adventures. What characters know? What evil characters? Adventure background. Yeah, I could kind of see where the PDFs come in handy that they give in regards to the player. Because you would need the PDFs. The players would need the PDF. That's the thing. Where this as a campaign, yes. In regards to the NPCs, items, there is, in regards to, yeah, the artwork's nice. Let's look at the front again for the appendix. What's in Chapter 5. NPC magic items, random encounters, the Midnight Curse, like for weather phenomena, nobles, NPCs, about random encounters, magic items, NPC, more NPCs and monsters, like individuals, people. It does have a subclass option, but the thing is, you have to, in essence, it's not. You actually have to dig for it. It's in the subclasses for Barbarian, Paladin, Warlock, Wizard, Rogue, and Spells. It's in the subclasses. Okay, I was mistaken for that. Everything is in the. It's not up front. It's in the back. You'd think a lot of the stuff for the players would be in the front, but they're in the back. Let's compare it because we have it with us in regards to an official D&D book. Where would the player options be? Whoa. Again, heavy book. Appendix C is okay. Let me put it like this. Let's see. Running the adventure, summary, Fey Lost, backgrounds, races. Everything in regards to, like, as I was telling, the Harrington, which is the think Bugs Bunny, and being in essence a fae or fairy, and the backgrounds are in the front part of the book, and magic items, factions, creatures, and other stuff is in the back. So you're presented with like the character options or player options in the front, and the details like the magic items and spells and everything else is in the back. Yet with them, it's in the back. It might have been easier for them to have everything in the back in regards to player stuff. So it's not really. Is it bad? Is it good? I'd say it depends on the player and who's running it. Regards to magic items and playing cards and all that, story trackers are in the back. So I guess it depends on what more you're used to. If you're more used to something like this, then that might irk the hell out of you. Like me, it's like, it should be kind of be in the front, shouldn't it? But I will say that, oh man, this is definitely heavy. But yeah, a lot of the stuff should be, to me, it should be in the front. But I can see why they put it in the back with everything else. One of the other things that because this is so damn thick, they provided everyone with these. They provide everybody with 3 kind of bookmarks. I like that. I like the aspect of they provided everybody with like bookmarks sewn in. The book feels very, other than its weight, this is a very heavy book. I'd say it weighs like 5 pounds, an easy 5 pounds, because it weighs kind of about the same as a jug of milk. As for the cards, let's take a look at the cards, shall we? Let's open them up. I'm opening it. You're decreasing the value. You're opening them up. How dare you? If you want us to review the product, that we have to open them up. Let's take a look at how big these cards are. You get, I was expecting like postcard size stuff, but no. You get 2 packs of Crown of the Oathbreaker. Of course, they give you let me show you the box lid. It's regards to booster cards. All it says is booster cards. And the back reads, here's the back of the box with the UPC on it. Reads, handout illustrated magic items, feats, and spell cards to your players when they obtain items. Yeah, these are, the thing is, how these were in, it came kind of like this. One is upside down, the other one is, instead of both being the same way. Let's kind of open these up, give them a look. And to me, they feel weird. Yes, because they are new. And of course, these are upside down in the box. Of course, the print's kind of small on some of them on the back. Definitely, if you're having eye issues or you can't, small print is hard for you. Like some of these, like I know you can't read it. Here's one here for copper, silver, gold, and platinum pieces. It's 2 lines of text, and you have all this wasted space. A lot of this is, yeah, you have this one for a trap engineer. that has a lot of text to it. But some of these, I know you need to keep it uniform, but, and like this one here is, I guess, suffocate. You have a lot more text, so therefore you need a much smaller, you need a smaller print. And this one here is Shadow Raft configuration, which takes, yeah, you need the room, but I guess they wanted to make it uniform. But if, I don't know what it takes to print cards, or especially cards like this, but I expected, if these cards were on a same sheet, if they could not edit these cards individually, yeah, I could see why each one is in such a small text. Then it's understandable. If they were able to edit these cards on an individual basis in regards to text size, before putting them on a single sheet to be printed and cut out, and put on stock like this, then they should have made something that was like this size amount of text, regards to it, larger. But if they couldn't, I can understand why they kept them all the same size. The I would have to look in regards to on the back and read. I have to put reading glasses to bring things a little bit closer. The artwork on it is nice. I like the artwork on it. It's standard with the book. I want to say this. Let me open up the other pack. Put these in the right way, the right side up. Or if I should, let me put it like this. Here's the front of the box. Do you think the back text side should be facing me, or should the illustrated side be facing me? Comments down below if you made it this far. I'm going to put the illustrations towards the front because why not? For those wondering, it's like, why did I get the... I'm not a fan of the cards. I see why a lot of people are. But I'm not a fan of the cards. If you're a fan of the cards, tell me why you're a fan of the cards when it comes to D&D. Again, upside down in there. Again, it's a lot of small print, same, a lot of the interesting artwork. Again, weapons, NPCs. Yeah. Kind of similar to what Dungeon in a Box does. They have cards like this. But in regards to the maps, let me talk about that. Maps came as a PDF. I am a fan of the maps. Adjusted everything. Make sure they're up. The box is the right way. I'm a fan of maps. I like my maps. Granted, what a book I want, like if I was getting this book like I did, I'd get the map options. Because I know a book like this isn't going to kind of tear out maps. They're going to give you a map. Let's see here. Take this right here, this cart map right here. This is what me as a DM would see this year. I would like something to provide my players. Here's my opinion and a review in regards to what Elderbrain gives you. Elderbrain, the makers of this book, gives you a PDF. A PDF. So in essence, if you printed out that PDF of, I think it was like 110 maps. It was like 110 maps for both the DM and the player. 110 maps. So it was like 110 maps. Well, let me say this. Yeah, that's a lot of paper, number one. Timeout, we'll be right back. Train. Sorry about that. Again, this wasn't a SIM card error like the last time, like we said probably at this part of the video. We have trained. Is one of the things, for those who are new to the channel, made it this far, something that routinely happens here when we record outside. Now, as I was saying, in regards to maps, Elderbrain, they sent out the digital aspects of this book to kind of put things in a different spot here. When they sent out the digital aspect, or allowed me to download the digital aspects of this book, the PDF, it came as, the maps came as a PDF. 110 page PDF, I think it was. Not individual map files like JPEGs that in a zip format, as a PDF, which means, as a example, I got this came Saturday. It came like bulk mail, so it took a couple of weeks to get to me. I ordered this through, I'm not knocking them at all, Zan's Adventures. That's who made this little one-shot module. I think this cost me, I don't know if they, even though it has a barcode on the back, nicely done. This is, I think, maybe closer to a print-on-demand company, meaning if you want, they sell the PDFs for maybe about $5–10, but if you want the printed version to go along with it, it's an extra maybe $10, $12 plus shipping and handling. So they get sent out a book like this to all of you. Link to that, I'll put a link to both this and this, Zan Adventures, for you all out there. Now, this is where the comparison. This is Zan's Adventures. They do mostly like maybe thicker campaigns. This is more of a one-shot. Their maps, their DM maps and the player maps were JPEGs, along with the module. The module itself was a PDF, and included, like it was pretty much what this looks like that I have in my hand. It includes on the back player maps. Like, this is the player maps. So if I print it out, if I'm DMing this adventure, I can print out these maps on an 8x10 or something similar to this size, and hand them out to my players, and so they could say, I'm going from here to here and here to here. But here's the downside with my thoughts in regards to maps that are JPEG files. One, for those that play on virtual tabletops, VTTs, they're excellent. Those perfect. JPEGs are perfect for VTT, the virtual tabletop platforms like Roll20 and wherever you might play. Perfect. They're your choice. Your choice. And plus, you can use those JPEG aspects of maps of putting them on a flat screen monitor, turning the monitor from this to this. That way, if your players have minis, they could put the minis on the top of the screen and they can move the stuff around. I get that, you know. Hey, do what you can, but and plus, having the JPEG versions and uploading them to a place like Roll20 or your virtual tabletop of choice, whatever that might be. Granted, Roll20 is the most popular that's out there. You're able to have that choice of not going directly with one platform, but yet another. The thing is, if you don't have that option, all you might have in your home is a standard inkjet printer, or if you have the money, laserjet printer. I know laserjet printers are coming down in price, whether for color or black and white grayscale type printer, laserjet printers. If you're that lucky, or if you have the money to go that route, it's still, you're going to be printing on a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. If they're capable of going to a bigger size, wonderful, great. But heck, even as much as we kind of rag on them every now and again, Dungeon in the Box for their main campaign, even their Wondrous One-Shots, they provide digital aspects for their stuff, whether it be the main campaign, Season 3, or the Wondrous One-Shots. The main season of their campaign, Season 3, they provide everything from tabletop maps for virtual tabletops and tokens for their virtual tabletops, plus music as well to use. Now, granted, they give the big posters because they know a lot of places out there. I've seen adverts on Facebook for places that provide maps for those who homebrew. And I'm sure folks at Zan's, get the last page, Zan's Adventures, if I tweeted at Zan's and said, hey, your mansion map for your haunted house came perfect for my homebrew. It was exactly what I was looking for my homebrew for a mansion. They would be like, that's awesome. I'm sure they'd be like, that's awesome. Wonderful for you. Same thing with Dungeon in a Box. Dungeon in a Box. I'm sure if I wanted a physical version of their additional let me get that out correctly. If I wanted another physical version of what they have, meaning if I wanted to see, nope, they're all in plastic, so I'm going to leave them in there. I'm not going to take it all out. If I wanted to buy another map off of them from either their one shot or their main campaign, Season 3, thinking that, hey, it would fit a homebrew idea, they would be more than happy. Like, hey, you want to buy the physical version? We'll print it up for you for $10 and send it your way for $10. Awesome, let's do that. And if I wanted to use the JPEG for, again, the homebrew, and use it, repurpose that JPEG map on Roll20 and say, okay, this is what the dungeon looks like, or the castle looks like, or the whatever it looks like for it. And I said, hey, Dungeon in the Box, you know what? I used your map from this particular one shot, or your box 3 of your Season 3 campaign for my homebrew, because it was a perfect fit. They would be like, yeah, wonderful, great, thank you, and you thank them, they're like, that's awesome, no, thank you, we're happy to provide you with those maps. And if you want a physical copy of that map, don't forget, you could buy that physical copy for $10, and we'll ship it to your house. So they're happy to do that. That's their job. That's their job, to sell that to you. And the same thing with like Zan's Adventure. Like, they provide, the map versions for you to use. The downside with the digital maps is when it comes to printing them off. Unless you have a poster printer and the paper to print them out yourself, going to a local print shop that is capable of printing out those maps for that size for $10, $20, you might run into complications, especially if you went to a place like Office Max to say, hey, can you print up these maps, these files, JPEGs, in poster format? Because Though Zans or Dungeon in a Box might say, hey, if you want to print these maps up, go right ahead. You have our permission. A place like Office Max or a local print shop that is able to print up posters may not do it under the aspect of they might see it as copywritten material. Even though Zans, Elderbrain, and even Dungeon in a Box runs on what is known as I'll bring up here from Zans, a open game license from Wizards of the Coast. Basically, what the game license, to kind of gloss over the legalese, first sentence of it, at least provided from Zans, says, the following text is the property of the Wizards of the Coast Incorporated. Copyright 2000 Wizards of the Coast. All rights reserved. And gives definitions. And it says here in regards to the license, I'm reading from this book. This license applies to any open game content that contains a notice indicating that the open game content may only be used under and in terms of this license. You must affix such a notice to any open game content that you use. No terms may be added to or subtracted from this license except as described by the license itself. No other terms and conditions may be applied to any open game content described using the license, and so forth and so on in regards to it. Here's what they say about in regards to printed in this. Notice of license copyright. You must update the copyright notice portion of this license to include the exact text of the copyright notice upon open game content you are copying, modifying, distributing, and you must add the copyright date and copyright holder's name to the copyright notice to any original game content you distribute. Basically what this is if they're creating this module, whether it be Dungeon in a Box, Zans, DM Dave, or Elderbrain, even I'm sure they have the game license somewhere in here. In regards to this, they even have their version of it in the back, and it says pretty much the same thing. You must indicate which portion of the work you are distributing that under, meaning, hey, we're making it in the style of Dungeons and Dragons 5e, and if Wizards of the Coast under Dungeons and Dragons has a certain way you have to build a character, or build an NPC, or build a monster, or design a map, you're falling under their game license or their copyright or their trademark. Therefore, it's kind of legalese in regards to how they go into and what the contract that an Elderbrain or what have you, they have to sign and date, in regards to it. And if they make money, I'm sure if like Zans makes, let's say $1, they sell this for $1. They have to give, let's say, 10 cents to Wizards of the Coast because of the game license in here. Is that wrong? That's the deal between them and Wizards of the Coast. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's how both companies are able to give you content. Meaning, if you do not like what the Wizards of the Coast puts out, you don't want to follow their campaigns. Someone like Zen Adventures or DM Dave or Dungeon in a Box got you covered. There's other content out there. And the thing is, like Critical Role or something like that, they have to do their own stuff. They're more, even though you see Critical Role dealing with Wizards of the Coast directly, but these independent folks, they're your choice. You know, you don't have to go through what they do. Why did I? It's like, why did I want this? Why did I choose? Like the thing is, why am I picking on in regards to the maps and the sounds? The sounds should be in, and that if I play in person, I should have the ability, not because. Is there a way to buy the maps separately, like individually, through Elderbrain? Yes. I have to buy them through Roll20. What if I don't want to buy them through Roll20? And the thing is, with the maps, they're not individual. Like I got what's called a Humble Bundle. I'm saying Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle. And it's like this charity organization, like, hey, we'll donate, like a company such as Zans, for example, will say, okay, we got a bunch of our stuff. It might not be best sellers, but we're willing to donate copies, let you distribute like copies of a bunch of our stuff in PDF format, and you could, under whatever way, if the people that visit Humble Bundle, they could donate, if they want to donate $15, $16, they could get 10 PDFs. If they want to donate 3 PDFs, they, $40, they could get everything. If they want to donate $50, they could get everything. Meaning if they have a printed up book, or they want to, like, hey, for let's say for $20, they could get all the PDFs, but for $43, for $45 plus shipping and handling, they could get not just the PDFs but printed copies as well. Hey, it's like, hey, you got $50, $45 plus shipping and $50 plus shipping and handling. You get all the PDFs plus the book for them. Hey, dude, you're supporting, and they'll go like veterans in need or something like that. Hey, here's $40, here's $20, here's $30. They gave, when I did that, the map packs were all in JPEG, so I could use it on any platform of my choosing. The virtual tokens and maps, digital side, I can use on any platform I want. The maps, if I want to use on virtual tabletop, the sound, am I getting the MP? If I want to pay extra for just the individual maps themselves, the JPEGs, the virtual, the tokens. What I mean by tokens, for those who don't know, these are little. Think you attack, a skeleton attacks you. These tokens, if you will, or think a picture about the size of this this cap, about the same. We're talking about an inch, maybe 2 inch, that you could put on for a virtual tabletop as representative. It'd be like a little skeleton inside here, or a picture of a skull or a spider or something like that you could put on that map, and so the people playing could say, hey, yeah, I see that's a spider, that's what I'm attacking. Now if you're playing in person, you could print out these tokens, cut them out, and put them on the map. If you don't have little miniatures, meaning, because I have Dungeon in a Box, not everybody has the funds for miniatures, but you could always print out a token that is for a virtual tabletop, cut them out, and put them on the table. Your choice. Heck, if you're creative, You could paste them on or tape them on like a poker chip and use them that way. Your choice. Your choice. And some people have their own 3D printers, and you can print out your own 3D model, miniature of that figure. Did I expect, Elderbrain to have 3D STL files for me to give somebody, a friend that has a 3D printer to print out for me? No. Do they have stuff for virtual tabletop? Yes. Strictly Roll20. Strictly Roll20. I cannot download stuff from Roll20, so I could use them on another platform. They're strictly Roll20. Nothing I can do. I want to be able to download them and print them myself. Oh, there's the Rev. I know what Elderbrain is going to tell me. Rev, you have the PDF. Okay. And you're able... Not everybody... Okay. I have the PDF of the maps. That doesn't mean if I have... Let's say I have a poster printer, or I know of some place local that is able to print out a map that is poster size. Can I give them a jump drive saying with that one JPEG on it? No. I would have to try to find a website that will slice open that can turn that PDF book, that PDF, from something that would look like this to individual sheets that I could hopefully bring to that shop to be printed out or use on a different platform of my choosing. You do not do that. Zen does that. Heck, DM Dave on their Patreon, if I pay $15 a month, I get maps in JPEG format. Dungeon in a box. Not only do I get physical copies, I get digital copies. If I was on their digitally only plan, I could print them out myself. If I separated that PDF file, let me put it like this. The only review you have for this says, oh yeah, I was able to put them in Roll20. It came with the maps and I was able to... It didn't... Was that one of your people? Was that 5-star review one of your people? I'm asking you right now, Elderbrain. Was that one of your people? Was that one of the people that voted, was somehow part of making this? Because what you should have gave folks when it comes to the map was not a PDF, was a JPEG files. If it's 110 files altogether for all the maps digitally, then I should have gotten those maps as individual files, not a PDF. Not a PDF. A file. Now, you gave a PDFs for this. I got 2 versions of that PDF for this book. Both are over 900 pages thick. You guys, in essence, a PDF version of this. The high quality version of this book, when I tried to open up my laptop went through twitches. It was like, I can't, what? God damn, you want us to open what? Oh God. Oh God. You want high res? Holy shit. And that's just an off-the-shelf laptop. I had to open up the low-res version for it actually to load. You should offer, if you want to, I don't care if you sell your virtual tabletop stuff on Roll20. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And it's linked to Roll20. Let me give you DMD Dave. Some of the stuff that he puts out is like Roll20 formatted. They're formatted for Roll20. I don't have to buy them through Roll20. You require me, for the virtual tabletop stuff, you, Elderbrain, require me to buy it through Roll20. Again, if I don't want Roll20 stuff, I shouldn't have that ability. You should have gave me the freedom. You gave me over 900 pages worth of content here. I love it. The first Kickstarter I backed, they gave me individual map files. My God, did I get a lot of map files from them. And PDFs of each one part of their stuff. Plus, I'll be getting a book that's probably this thick. Or at least it sounds like I'm getting a book this thick. In regards to it. And I can't wait to get it in my hands within a month and share with all of you. But Elderbrain, they gave me a whole mess of maps to use. And a lot of their stuff I could find for free or through Patreons and other places for cheap that I could use on the platform of my choice, that I can cut out or as physical, or pay a friend of mine $5-6 for give them an STL file and $5, hey, cover your printing cost. Though I was willing to pay the $15 for the virtual, actually the $30, because the tokens would be different. $35 if I wanted the sound. But let's say you wanted to bundle them all together for virtual tabletop stuff. The tokens, the maps, which would be individual maps, not a PDF. But Rev, we sell the maps for open, the platforms of your choice. Yeah, you do. $15, little man. That's what they'll say. $15, little man. Put that stuff in my hand, or else you owe me. That's the thing. They're not individual maps. Individual maps. Individual book. Individual book. Individual book. What you're selling is all three. This wonderful idea. I love it. Paid. Willing to pay the $80 for this in the cards. And get the maps. But the maps should have been individual. Honestly. Heck, when a place like Zan's Adventures realizes that fact, place like DM Dungeon in a Box realizes that fact, and a multitude of other places realizes that fact, yet you don't, yet you'd have people like me willing to pay $15 for those maps separately, yet don't want to be tied down to Roll20? No. You should be able, hey, we have a non-Roll20 version for you to buy. Yeah, they should be individual maps, not all together. I don't have to make every, additional steps. I shouldn't be doing your job in regards to this. I just want to check. I shouldn't be doing your job. Just wanted to check messages, that's all. I shouldn't be doing your job when it comes to choosing the virtual tabletop of my choice. In regards to that. Oh, we have again, to go on that aspect. Oh, you don't want to use Roll20. You want to use somebody else, a different website. That case, you have to go to maybe a PDF to JPEG site to kind of give you all these maps in a separate form. With hope to all hope, they are in great quality so you can use them on the platform of your choice. But if you want them in perfect quality, you could just buy them on Roll20 for $15. But if you want the tokens, that's an extra $15. If you want sound outside of our app, that's another $5. But what if I don't? What if I don't? Oh, screw you? Dude. When everybody, I'm the one that usually is critical of Dungeon in a Box, and I'll be the first to tell them, do better. I think this is awesome. This is great. I like it. But you could have done better on the digital side. Way better. When everybody else does it better than you, step up. Heck, let me bring up that Humble Bundle. That Humble Bundle. One part of the PDFs I got, and it was like 40 some odd, it was like 40 PDFs. Plus, the bundle was like 40 items. Crap ton of maps. Matter of fact, one of the maps for one of the PDFs, the in essence, something like this. It was 3 sections. It came with a PDF, like a book version of, a PDF version of the maps. Kind of like what you do, Elderbrain. But it gave them individual format. Like, hey, we did the work for you. It's like, we did the work for you. Here you go. And for me, I'd be like, bravo. Bravo. You did the work for me. I could be a lazy bastard. Now, all I have to do is read through it, organize it, get the squirrels that might be my players organized, and ready to go. All I need is probably the tokens for the map. That's fine. And Zan's, thank you for this. Zan's Adventures. Folks, let me just say this. I know this has been an uber long review. I know a lot of you don't want it. Zan's, I like, let me just give you this little bit of a review. Matter of fact, let me do a separate review for this. Again, for everybody out there, that was our thoughts on Elderbrain and what we got. Thank you for sticking this long, this ultra long review. So, see y'all next video. Take care. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and the whole 9 yards. If you want to listen to our podcast, links are down below.